Welcome to HitPointsGaming. Today I am joined with Ricky and Chris, and we will be doing a flash review on the party game Word Slam. We have 5 minutes to go over the rules of the game and then give you some of our thoughts. And let's see how it goes. Rick, you up?
All right. So basically the rules are you have two teams, one blue, one orange. Basically each person in the team takes a turn as a storyteller, where they essentially draw one of these cards, green being easiest, black being hardest. On the cards are different words, and they range in difficulty. You basically draw the cards, and then you roll the dice. 6, look at the card. Boom, there's my word. Okay, now my job as a storyteller is to choose from one of these cards here and lay them out on this tile that only your team can see. The other team also has a storyteller doing the same thing at the same time. You basically pick out the cards. We have prepositions, nouns, adjectives, and verbs, and then you try to, best you can, use the cards to emulate what the word might be. There's really no gestures other than pointing, or you can also switch cards out in the middle if you think that your team is kind of hitting on something. You do have a time limit, and basically it's like 10 or 15 cards is the game, so whoever gets the most cards in that time would win.
So you are set up right now for sample, right?
Yes. So this would be one of the sample words that I would choose. It might be a little tough to see on the camera. Actually, that one's good. So we got eat, small, white, animal, and child for the word, which I would, in my opinion, would be egg. So that would be the idea there, and that's basically how it would work. So you would draw these cards, throw them on here, timer would start, and then your team has to guess, and all you could do is either switch the cards or point at the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was a pretty fun game. You know, it's fun to get the different words to see how it is. They do recommend this game. It is a Parents' Choice Silver Honor Award because it's a lot of words. You're trying to figure out like egg or fantasy, ketchup. You can stick with the lower levels and then work your way up for like more like adults or advanced players. But you can stay here with kids and teach them egg. It's fun to, you know what an egg is. It's fun to try to describe what an egg is to your friends, your family. I thought it was a really cool game with depending upon who you're playing with.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
You got two teams battling to go whoever gets the word faster.
Right, because both teams are going at the same exact time.
Yes, and I did forget one very important thing. When the round starts, the one per storyteller has to say word slam.
It's the other team.
That's how you start the game.
Starts off, so it like amps you up right before it goes.
And it gets you excited to play.
And you have the same deck of cards, each storyteller, and you're throwing it out there. Yeah. One of my favorite rules to this game is actually the sand timer. Something that's pretty interesting about this, it doesn't start as soon as the game begins, but let's say it's Ricky's, he's like the main storyteller, he's like the blue team, and I'm the orange team. For this round, I get to decide when to start the sand timer. Mm-hmm. So if I see that Ricky's team is getting closer to the word, and my team, maybe Chris is on my team, and I know we're getting nowhere, he doesn't understand what an egg is, I'm going to start this timer and hope that it runs out so that we can just go to the next round. Yeah. So pretty interesting spin on a sand timer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The black cards is kind of what we've been trying to play, or like we've attempted to. So
some of them are pretty rough.
For instance, you've got flight attendant, grammar, braces.
Grammar would be ridiculous.
So the words that we have here are very simplistic. So once you get to like the red or black level type clues, you really have to start moving or shifting cards around on the board. So I think one you had was 2.5 men, right?
2.5 men.
So you had man.
You're right. So you could go like man and then have a 1 and a 2 as options in the cards. And then what you could do is simply move the 2 over to 2.5 men and then kind of hope that a person's memory might jog and say the word correctly.
And that's what I think is cool. I mean, it's not just word association, it's how do you use the words,
Yeah.
My one gripe though is they do list the colors as different things, like you said, like Rick said earlier in the video. They are different things, but when I'm going through it, I don't remember what anything is. So now I'm trying to go through the blue cards looking for something, that's not in there. So I wish they had little maybe tiles or whatever you could put with the stacks of cards, so I can know that this is adjectives, these are nouns. I just don't. They put an arrow on it. What does an arrow mean?
So I usually don't agree with Chris on a lot of these silly things. I am totally on board with this.
Yeah.
Give me one more card that I can put above it, or one card that says, what does the arrow mean? Or what does the book mean?
You have this space.
They do have a lot of real estate on each card. They could easily put noun or something like that. But, you know, for the kids' sake, I think that that's kind of what they're going for with the icon.
That's our 5-minute review of Word Slam.